Hello, my name is Laura Hamilton. I am a registered dietitian and I am the owner, founder of Nutrition Now. I My main mission is to help women who are struggling to break that diet cycle that we constantly find ourselves on and live a happy, healthy life, losing weight without restriction, over exercising, or hating life and not being able to go out to dinner with their friends or family or whatever. And I do have a Facebook group that I am accepting women into who are of that like mindset. But today, my goal is to dispel a couple myths out there. So the first thing that I have come across is a question of what is the best diet, the absolute best diet to be on? And that is a huge loaded question. I think when it comes to the word diet, we often think of restriction and we think of, not being able to eat a certain food or food groups or multiple food groups, or something that's temporary. But honestly, the best diet is really something that works for you long term. So, a lot of people like to start on keto to lose weight really fast because that's what happens. The reason why that actually happens is for a couple things. So, keto is a diet that emphasizes mostly healthy fats, but your diet is going to be mainly about 85 to 90% of your diet will be considered or full of fat foods like avocados, cheese, uh, other fats and oils that don't actually have a lot of protein. It is not a high protein diet. And about 5 to 8% of your diet will be about will have protein or be coming from protein, and then the rest will be carbs. You will be eating very minimal carbs. And carbs come from even vegetables and or fruits. So the downside to keto is that you're eliminating a lot of healthy foods that actually help with your digestion, that include a lot of fiber. The bonus side to it that a lot of people seem to like is the immediate weight loss. Now, why does that happen? Is it because you're eating the fat and not the carbs? Sort of, but it is not very long lasting. So the reason why when people or people in general are just fearful of carbs is because carbs, when you eat them, actually have to take a little bit of water with them to be digested. And when you don't eat them, you are not using that extra bit of water. And as our weight fluctuates, we do hang on to a lot of water. I mean, some of your body weight is just water weight in general, and that obviously fluctuates. So if you're not eating carbohydrates that hang on to that extra water, guess what? You're going to see the number on that scale go down and relatively fast. Is it real fat loss? Probably not that much. Most of it is water, but because we don't know the difference and we just feel better immediately, we think it's because of the carbs just in general. When in actuality, it is really important to have carbohydrates for just happiness. I don't know about you, but I love pizza. I also love cookies. I love fun foods that have carbs. I also love vegetables and fruits. And so I am not willing to give that up. But if that is something that you prefer to do, awesome. The downside, though, to keto is that you have to stay on it for it to work. So there is no like, oh, I'll just have a cookie and a slice of pizza today, but I'll get back on keto tomorrow. It doesn't really work that way. You actually have to stay on that diet and really restrict your carbohydrate intake in all forms pretty much forever, until you reach some sort of homeostasis level that allows you to include a little bit of extra carbs and stay in that ketosis. Vegetarian diets are fine. There's nothing wrong with vegetarian. And, I would say the only stipulation with a vegetarian diet is that you might need to monitor how much protein you're taking in. But I could say the same thing for the keto diet, because protein is a very important macronutrient that we need to consume in order to maintain all of our lean mass and muscle. And without enough of it, or a decent amount of it that is being consumed regularly, as we age, we tend to lose muscle mass fairly easily. If we're not consuming a very decent and or the right amount of protein consistently as we age, we are far likely to lose that lean mass faster over the decades. And that just does not help with our metabolism. It doesn't help with our strength and structure. And so the fact that you are not necessarily always getting the right amount of protein in on a vegetarian or even vegan diet or keto diet is somewhat concerning. And you can get the right amount of protein on a vegetarian or a vegan diet, actually, even if it's not plant-based or even if it's not animal-based, you can get the right amount, but it does take a considerable amount of extra effort. So those are just some things to think about when you consider the right type of diet. My advice is honestly to take a huge, like, grandiose picture of your current eating situation. I would say, okay, what do I like to eat? What do I normally eat? What would be good additions to my intake? For example, how many fruits are you eating? How many vegetables are you eating? Are you getting enough fiber? Are you getting too much sugar? Really do some nutrient analysis on your own personal intake in this moment. If your goal is to lose weight, you would also want to understand how many calories you're taking in, how many calories you need to actually lose weight. The magicalness of keto and that initial drop in weight isn't long lasting. That stops. And if you are not in a calorie deficit, you will stop losing weight as well. So the magical keto diet is only magical for so long. So the bottom line, you really want to take some time, assess where you're at, assess where you want to go, and make some decisions that will last long term. Because bad diets, fast diets, quick fixes aren't the answer. They only prolong the actual results that you want to get. So I hope that's helpful. And if there's anything else you'd like to know, please let me hear some comments about this, any topic on nutrition, and I'd be happy to comment. Thanks.